Welcome to the OFX podcast. I'm Dave Claxton. Along with me, as always, is the greatest game show girl, Bethany McChesney. Because we're going to do a game show of sorts.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
before we do that stuff, I want to do a couple things. Two things. One, I want to apologize to anyone who follows me on Strava because 90% of the time when you like something I'm doing, it's just me at work accidentally hitting the button on my watch.
But then what's the activity?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just sometimes I see people like something when I'm at work and I'm like, I haven't done anything. And then I'll look and I've been
What
like
happened?
wandering around work with a workout on for the last hour and a half. I'm like, no, that's just so yeah. So I appreciate the
You
likes, but it's
you need to figure out your phone where it
Mhm.
locks the touchscreen.
Yeah, well, it's not a touchscreen, right? Because my watch is so old. It's like the old school little buttons.
Oh,
Set it off like really. It's probably time for a new watch, to be
yeah,
honest.
maybe.
And then I can wear this one to work and disconnect it from the phone or whatever. I don't know. But
Mhm.
yeah, I just noticed that the other day. I'm like, people are liking me walking around work. I kind of felt bad. All right. And there was one other thing I wanted to do before we go into this, and I just want to get your opinion on something that's come up. We talked about it before, and I didn't mention this to you, but I'm pretty sure you'll have a quick so. So you did, I don't, I'm assuming that you saw that Hyrox has changed its perspective on the people over 60 using pro weights to qualify for Worlds.
Um, I didn't see what the ruling was, but I saw some people talking about it, but I didn't look into what they had changed on it.
So what happened, and depending on who you're talking to, it was either a miscommunication or something anyway. But Hyrox said, or somebody said for Hyrox, that you are now as a 60 plus, 60 to 60 or 60 to 64 and 65 to 70 would use pro weights, could use pro weights now and would qualify for Worlds that way. Since then, Hyrox has recanted that statement and said, no, that's not going to be the case. They can still race regular races with pro weights, but they will not qualify for Worlds that way, and there won't be a pro division at Worlds.
Uh-huh.
I, yeah. So, and just from my take was very simple. I think that the Open Championships is where people should be racing with open weights.
Hmm.
The World Championships is where they should be racing with pro weights. And if there's only three people that can qualify with the pro weights, so be it. Those people deserve to be celebrated and have their moment, right?
Yeah.
They're great. They're great athletes. They deserve a world championship. I think you're penalizing the people who can do the harder race just to appease a bigger crowd.
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky to say at this age, we shouldn't lift heavier weights.
Mhm.
Kind of, yeah, it is a bit odd, I guess, in that way. But I understand the idea around it was to get more people in that age group competing because they could race lighter weights in order to be able to qualify for Worlds and then would compete with those weights at Worlds. But yeah, I do also see the merit in having only pro weights at Worlds and, just kind of keep up with it if you want to keep going to world championships. And again, well, because we have an open championship, if that's the weights that you can handle, then that's your championship.
That's kind of what I think. And then if you want to go
Yeah.
for people who maybe say like, um, well, the Open Championship is not really a championship. I want to go to Worlds. I don't want the Worlds experience. I'm going to say two things. One, I'm just going to say one, going to Worlds is not a right. I've not been able to qualify to Worlds. I don't get to go, right?
Hmm.
Just because you've gone before because that was the rules doesn't mean you have a right. It's a privilege. But
Yeah.
that set aside, if Hyrox really does want to do this way, instead of punishing the people who can do the pro weights, and I mean I think specifically of Cheryl Snow and people like her, right? Instead of punishing
Mhm.
her who wants to do the pro weights, just if you want to have people 60 and over doing open weights at Worlds, then have another division for the people who can do pro weights and do both. And if you're thinking it's too much to set up, then just put the 60 pluses in with the next age group down and run them at the same time. But I still I still believe that the pro weights are for Worlds and you should be rewarded for being of a fitness level that you can do that.
Yeah, I definitely don't disagree with that.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
anyway, I just wanted to get that. I wanted to see how you felt about it because we hadn't had a chance to talk about it. So
Yeah.
all right. All
Mhm.
right. Now we shit on them. Okay. Now we're gonna play a little game. We're gonna do fact or fiction. And in order to create this, I have stolen from two separate podcasts. Not a single creative idea of my own right here. I've stolen from two
Well, and
podcasts.
the good thing is I didn't listen to either one of them.
No, well, I didn't steal all of it, right? I just stole kind of the concept and mixed two together.
Yeah, okay. And my questions that I'm asking you were, I don't know if anybody asked them, and they're
Right.
probably not because
All right.
they're you.
Okay. I will go first to ask you first, okay? All right. So this is fact or fiction. This stuff is about the new High Rocks season because, World Championship's over, rolling into a new season, things are underway. All right, fact or fiction. Question number one. Statement number one, I should say. It's not a question. Tia Toomey will be on a High Rocks World's podium.
Yes.
So you think that's
So,
fact?
um, yes. Now, do you mean doubles or
Any podium, any podium.
oh, yes, then absolutely.
What,
Yeah.
how do you
Because I
think?
mean, when we're talking about doubles, I think she's really a threat when it comes to the women's mixed doubles or the women's doubles. And if they had put that together, I think she would have been on a podium this past year. So yes, Tia Toomey will be on a world's podium.
I think so too. I would buy this as fact as well. I think that I do think that she has a great shot at the women's pro, but I think an even better shot at the mixed doubles.
Women's pro world's podium?
Doubles.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah.
Doubles. Right. But I think she's got an even better shot at the mixed.
With her partner?
Yeah, with her partner. Because I mean, her
Okay.
and James Newbury were probably did they have the best time or right up there? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they would have been better. So much depends on that partner.
Yeah, and yeah, I think she would have a better chance if she had a different partner, but I mean, her and James Newbury could podium at Worlds, but I think Tia would be a bit more of a for sure thing if she had a different partner.
What if in the name of uh promoting proven, it's her and James Kelly?
Then absolutely, yes.
James did it on his own.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did hear
Mm.
Hyrax finally acknowledge, or maybe not finally acknowledge, but at least acknowledge in an interview that the reason that the mixed doubles is not like a pro elite 15 race is because they're trying to figure out how to make it so it's not just like somebody like JK running all out and a woman running 1,000 kilometer interval. Or
Yeah. An elite male just having a fast female,
yeah,
like a Dylan Scott, and then they got an Olympic level 10,000 meter runner female. She could touch nothing and they could still have a really good chance. So there is a way that you have to figure it out that the women has to be able to do part of the station. So however, and it shouldn't necessarily be 50%, but um yeah, I think they need to figure that out because I think the mixed doubles is a very exciting race
yeah.
too, but you have to figure something out where there is stipulations on what the woman does.
What if the women did women's weights and the men's did men weights?
Like men's pro and women's
It's not
pro.
possible. It's just not possible, really, to set it up. No, that wouldn't work.
No, I just think that the woman has to do a percentage of the stations. The problem is though is then like monitoring that
The
with each of the
logistics
mixed
are hard.
doubles.
Yeah, the logistics are very hard to pull
Yeah.
off. Anyway, all right. So we both agree. Fact. All right.
Yeah.
This one is from Bracken Crocker, and this was actually the part of my greatest shout out on a podcast ever. So from Bracken, an athlete will throw a punch this year at either another athlete or a judge. fact, or he says, yeah, just fact. An athlete will. So fact or fiction, an athlete will throw a punch at another athlete or a judge.
I really hope this is not fact. However, I think I think in all sports there's a top-down culture that's created. It's the same way in gyms, it's the same way in businesses. There's a top-down culture, and in hybrid racing in general, typically I've found the top down culture is that people are generally very supportive of their competitors. I've competed in other sports and individual sports, and I found hybrid racing much like OCR racing, where the competitors are pretty supportive of each other. And the people, you have the creators of the sport, and then you have the icons in the sport, and it kind of creates this pyramid, and then it floods down as to what creates the culture of the sport. And unfortunately, I think we've had some uh, icons or figureheads in the sport who are a little bit outliers when it comes to what I assume that the creators of this sport have wanted for the culture of it. And, we saw it at Worlds last year, and I did see a lot of support for what this icon did at the World Championships, and people kind of backing him. So I feel like because people look to these icons in the sport and um, try to emulate them, whether good or bad, and justify parts of the negative aspects of their character to be whether, they're under too much pressure or they're pushed too far or whatever. They justify things. So I feel like it does infiltrate down. I really hope it doesn't get to the point that we're abusing judges, because I think that could completely destroy a sport that relies on volunteers. Um, so I hope it's a no, but I do think that what happened at Worlds could have its effect on next season. And I think if it's not taken really, really seriously from the very beginning, even within the masses of people in the open heats and all of that, then yeah, we could see a snowball effect from it. So yeah, we have to really, I think, protect the culture of what hybrid racing has always kind of been, and that it's giving us a place where we can participate in sport that, allows people to do something that's kind of unique at this point in their life.
So little known fact, this almost happened. So in the UK, I believe it was, or maybe in one of the Europe, it was in one of the European races anyway. One of the judges was essentially telling the person they have to go back for their burpee broad jumps, right? They weren't doing good burpee broad jumps, and they stood in front of the person because the person wouldn't stop, and the person got up and shoved them down and was removed by police and stuff.
Oh my God.
So this has already almost happened. So I'll be honest, I don't know. This was never like a live streamed race or anything like that, or a big name or anything to that word. So it didn't get as much publicity. So I actually think that Bracken's right, and I think this is fact, and I think it will happen. And I think the only thing that would stop it is if something lesser happens, like another shove or something like that, and that person gets some kind of ban, like a hard, hard.
Like a lifetime ban.
Yeah, or even a year, something that like I mean, Hunter they got a big penalty in the form of a financial penalty because they didn't win their championship. This is a big penalty, but I mean, I'm talking like a year plus ban because otherwise people get hot out there
Yeah. Well, and I
and
mean, and we saw it again with Sandbach swearing at his judge with the
yeah,
sled pull.
yep,
So
yep.
we've seen it a couple times now with, again, people at the
Yes.
top of the sport, and then it does filter down. And I think that's where you have to kind of, unfortunately, the people at the top, where all eyes are on them, they are judged more harshly, and as they should be, because they do affect the culture of the sport.
And as you say, the followers of these people, they're like, yeah, go man, like they're diehards.
Yeah. And they justify it. So,
And they think that's right. They think that's the way you go. So I
yeah.
think it will happen. But if you want to hear more, actually, and by the way, this is where I stole part of my idea from. Check out Race Brain. They talk about this particular issue and some other awesome predictions there. Thanks for letting me steal the idea, and
Mhm.
thanks for the shout out. And just to key off something they said, you're damn right. Don't do it on my watch. All right. Um, All right,
Yeah.
moving along. Meg Jacoby has been out with injury this year, so she is not auto qualified in any way and does not have two fast times. So the statement is Meg Jacoby will be back in the majors by the second major.
So does she need to put in two races?
Two races.
Hmm. In a regular race.
Yeah, yeah, she's got it. Yeah, because she's got to hit just a regular pro race. Well, two to the
So
best of.
so basically saying within two races is she going to be back in the Elite 15.
Yeah, she's got to do two races. Yeah, and I just don't think there's enough time before the first major for it to happen. So basically, will she set in her first two races, set two times that will get her to that? What is it? Probably sub 60.
102?
Yeah, 102. Yeah, in around there.
Yeah, she will.
Yeah, I think so too. And I don't even think there's a ton of to talk about. I think she's, you know,
Yeah.
she's super fit and she's got it's not like she's new coming in. She's got the experience. She knows what she's doing. She's been training hard. I
Well,
recently
and
just
she has the means to kind of pick and choose here where
exactly,
she's going.
and I just heard that she recently on one of her posts she's just like she's absolutely pain free. So
Yeah, and she made a really smart decision by sitting out Worlds, I believe, and putting her focus on next season. So I think she when she steps on the line again, she's going to be ready to go. And um yeah, I think she's just been really smart about this injury. So I think she'll throw down two times and she'll be back in Elite 15. Yeah.
yeah, I think so too. And I look forward to seeing her back. All right, I'm gonna reverse the order on these two. Ottawa High Rocks will sell out in less than a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, fact.
Ottawa will sell it.
I
Yeah.
think Ottawa will sell it faster than Toronto did.
Yeah. So like before it hits general population. Yeah.
Yeah. It may currently be sold out.
Yeah. It doesn't even hit pre-sale and it's probably sold out. You're
Probably
right.
already sold out. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
actually secretly hoarding all the tickets myself. I'm going to sell them. Yeah. Yeah, I think this will, because that location, like maybe for people like, and I think it was Cheryl saying she didn't even know where Ottawa was, and I know a lot of people might be a bit, a bit ignorant. It's not the famous Toronto, it's not Vancouver, it's not Montreal,
Hey,
and but
Ottawa is our capital
it is our capital. It's totally
of Canada. Anyone okay. Anyways.
so. Here's the thing though is it's a great time of year that they're doing it, and
Yeah.
you're tapping in from Montreal. Now the people close to Montreal are going to get their chance to go, and the people from Toronto, yeah, we had no problem driving to Ottawa. It's just a quick jaunt down the 401.
Yeah.
I think it will sell as faster than Toronto, if faster than Toronto, if that's humanly possible.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I mean the one question that comes up, and you can have your say, but they're like, why didn't it go to Montreal? Because Quebec is hard to deal with.
Well, put it in the capital.
Yeah, yeah. And I love the people of Quebec. I mean, we go RX1, we love our French friends. It's great. There's nothing wrong. It's not the people, but the laws and the different things like that. The logistics are much harder to deal with in Quebec than they are in Ontario.
Yeah.
Especially for a country, company from a different country. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that would be why it is not in Montreal and it is in Ottawa. So,
Maybe.
and if you're coming in from out of the country and you're flying in to go to Ottawa, you're probably going to land in Montreal anyway, and just grab a rental car and go from there.
Yeah. Mhm.
Was it an hour? About an hour from Montreal, something like that. A
Yeah,
little
it's
over.
very close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere in that neck
Yeah.
close. All right. So then here's part two. Vancouver will sell out in less than a month.
So I don't think so. And the reason I say it is it's like 5 days before
Yeah, not even.
Christmas.
It's actually I think it's
Um, hmm?
four and three. I think it's the 21st and 22nd.
Yeah, so days before Christmas, which doesn't matter to everybody, but um also it's the first time in this part of Canada. So when it was the first time in Toronto, it did not sell out immediately. It was probably 2 months before it sold
Mhm. Yeah.
out in Toronto, a very, very populated area. So I'm going to say no because I think if it was a different part of the year, even like 2 weekends before, it would probably have a better chance. But I obviously it's not a great weekend at all for a race, but especially being the first one in this part of the country, it's probably not going to sell out in
Yeah.
a month.
I'm sure that
If
this
it
race.
does, I won't be surprised.
No, no. I mean, if it sells out quicker than I think, great. But I'm saying this is eviction too because I think it will actually take longer if it sells out at all. Now, the only being reason being the time.
Yeah.
Twofold, not just because it's so close to Christmas, but this is not the best time of year to present Vancouver, right? Like it's Vancouver's not known as this winter wonderland in this beautiful winter city. It's kind of rainy and Seattle-like and like
Unless you're going to ski in Whistler.
yeah, but even yeah, if you're going to ski in Whistler, you can do that, but you're not.
No, you're going to race an indoor race.
That's right.
Mhm.
I think if you reversed these dates, and so I say I don't think this was an option, but if you put Ottawa in December and Vancouver in, is it June or July? Anyway,
June,
in the
yeah.
spring, summer. Ottawa is a beautiful winter city. You got skating on the Canal. You've got like it's just beautiful scenery. It's a winter city. And then
Hmm.
you'd have Vancouver in the spring slash summer, beautiful mountains, the ocean. You're presenting both at the peak of their game, and I think then they would both sell out massively fast. Because I mean, High Rocks is such a touristy thing right now, right? Like it's a go visit these beautiful cities, and Vancouver's not getting to be seen at its best. Switch the dates, and they
True.
both sell fast.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
here we go. More than two women will win majors this year.
Yes. Because I thought of 4 names that I could see winning a major this year. 5 names.
Five names. Okay, lay them out.
Did I write down five?
You
One, two,
got,
three.
but you've got four majors, so there's only four majors, right?
Yep.
All right, who do we got? So I mean,
Um, so Lauren is our obvious. Joanna. I think Sinead could win a major. And I think there's the off chance that like an Emily Dahlman could.
I think I think this is fiction, and I think this is going to be a back to the old school, and I think Meg and Lauren will sweep the four majors.
Yeah. So Meg was my fifth.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
so
all of
Meg,
your picks
Lauren,
there,
and yeah.
all of your picks there are legit because I mean you could have Linda Meyer, Sinead,
I know
anything.
it's funny that I didn't even mention Linda.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's pretty good.
No, she's like the ultimate sleeper though.
So unassuming.
Yes.
She's the
Yeah.
only one who I think makes Lauren Weeks look loud.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's 6 women who I think could take a major. Emily Dunman would be someone who it's really not likely, but I think she has the potential to. Next year, yes.
Mhm.
But I think Sinead this year it's possible. Um, Joanna, very possible because she's won majors too. Lauren Weeks, Meg coming back. I definitely think that there could be
Proctor.
more than two.
I mean, if
Yeah,
you Emily and Sinead in there, Lucy's right with them.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and it is like I said, they're all really good possibilities.
And
But
yeah, and then Linda Meyer, our reigning world champ.
again, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Less than four men will win majors.
See, the men I feel like is a much more open. I could be, yeah, we could have 4 different men at each major.
Yeah, easily, very easily. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got
Ryland's coming back.
Ryland's coming back. So even if you just go men that have already won majors, you've got JK, you've got Dylan, you've got Hunter, you've got Alex. Like these are
Yeah.
all guys that have won majors. And then you have people like you say, like Ryland, Ryan, Rich Ryan, um, New guys like Heedy,
Even Paleo could,
Paleo, yeah.
yeah,
I think yeah, Paleo I think is a little more long shot. I think he'll be recovering from injury. I don't think this will be going to be Paleo's year, but there's so much talent, like you said, in that field that
yeah,
depending on who does what in their short off season and picks up their game somewhere, it could be a lot. So I actually think that yeah, it's possible you get a different winner every race.
yeah,
And
hmm
again, who shows up, who's going to all of them, right?
yeah, yeah, exactly.
All right, so I'm still going to say it's fact and less than four will win because I think three will win.
Yeah, I think we have a different winner at every major.
Okay. All
I think
right.
it'll be a really interesting year on the men's side.
That will be cool. All right. The burpee standard or the judging of the burpee standard will be changed at some point mid-season.
No.
No, you think they're going with exactly what they've had right now? 30 centimeters, heel of the hand to tip of the toe.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they can change it much past this point. I think changing it too much now will change the times of the burpees too much that it could affect records and such. So I think it kind of has to stay where it is now. And then you just have to have judges that are confident enough to say to eyeball that 30 centimeters. I think it's going to stay as it is.
I'm going to say it's fact that they do change it, and I'm doing so out of sheer hope, out of sheer hope that they finally take my system. Like I said, I've bragged about many times that I was partially responsible for getting the lines on the course, but my original idea for the lines on the course was to have one every 12 inches, which at the time they were saying 12 inches, 30 centimeters, basically the same thing. Your feet land in one box, your hands go in the next box. It's simple, it's easy. Anyone can judge it. The athletes can see it, the camera can see it. It makes it so perfectly easy, and all you got to do is draw some more lines.
Yeah.
That is my sheer hope that it is fact that they do adjust it to do that particular thing.
So did you ask this question again so that you could say your idea one more time?
100%. That continue to beat that dead horse. 100%. All right,
Fact
last
or fiction?
factor fiction. That is fact. All right. Last one I got for you. High Rocks will test something new at Worlds again in 2026.
No, they won't.
No,
Because I
Bethany said they
think
won't. They
I
said have they
no,
finally
please God. I think this is one of those situations where it's like, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice. No,
you
wait, fool
can't
me
fool
once, shame
me
on you,
again?
fool me twice. Where you can't do it twice. You can't do this twice. Otherwise, it's too much emotional hurt here. So I think they did the turf thing, and it was quite an epic failure as far as rolling out something new.
As were
And
the
it
counters.
caused so many issues. What's that?
As were the counters the year they did that.
Yeah, right.
Two
And so
strikes.
I don't, they can't do it again. They can't do it again.
No three strikes. No three strikes, you're out. I did like that you went full George Bush on that quote, and it was like, fool me once, shame on you, or
Is that a
fool me.
George Bush quote?
Dude, totally. So George Bush went up there and he tried to do that quote, and he went, fool me once. The quote is supposed to be, fool me once, shame
Shame shame on
on you.
me.
Fool me twice, shame on me. But he went up there and said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me
Oh.
twice. You can't fool me again. You kind of rolled right into that one.
Yeah. So that's what I did then. Yeah.
All right, good job, Beth. Good job.
Thank you.
All
And
right,
then,
that was it. That's all I got for you.
so will they do it again?
I think I'm gonna go with Beth on this, despite the fact it may be cause rifts in my marriage. I think they have finally learned their lesson. Unless they put lines on the burpee thing for Worlds next year, and then it's okay.
And then it's totally acceptable. But Dave's just going to throw this in there one more time.
No, it'll be a lot more.
They need to do that.
Can you imagine my arrogance if they actually do it? Oh my God, I'll be
Oh my
unbearable.
God. There will be t-shirts made.
There'll be no living with me.
There will be patches.
Yes, let's make him anything. I'll go order them now.
It was my idea.
It was me.
Oh man.
That might be the episode name for this. Is it was my idea.
It was my idea.
Okay. All right. What do you got, man?
Hang on. I'm gonna close my window because my neighbor is weed whacking and it's really loud. Hang on.
Oh, I can't even hear it actually, but that's okay.
Oh, okay, good.
Hmm?
Oh, it's so loud. Um, okay. Well, this is gonna this is piggybacking onto the
All right.
world's thing. Um, will we see quality control testing with the sleds?
So okay, if we're wording that as there will be quality, yes, I think there will be better quality controls testing with the sleds. I think that it got so bad that they cannot afford to screw this up again. They've put so much into saying that it's not the turf fault, it's the sleds, and we just need to do this better and make sure that so many things. They pretty much took it on them for not doing proper maintenance or like you say, quality control. So I don't think they can afford to fuck that up again.
Just get
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. But and if we watch the races so far this year, they have seemed to be a little like they seem to be better on the consistency of the sleds. I haven't heard as much complaining about that. So yeah, I think they will do a better job of quality control on sleds. And I think maybe might finally be on the other side of it. Because
Mhm.
whether this is a better surface or not, I think they've just finally realized that, okay, we need to put 100% attention because this almost destroyed us. Destroyed us might be an exaggeration, but it was a hard hit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And we saw in Windsor at our sim that there's obviously tools that you can use to test
Yeah.
um the resistance on the pulls and the pushes, and they were used there. So I think let's just utilize these things, and I do think that they will make use of that and quality control the
And
sleds
Mike and
because I
Maria
think,
Fetchik do
Worlds
not
was
have
just
this.
too much.
Yeah. And Mike and Maria
They
Fetchik,
do not have them.
they do not have this tool. Some say that I might not push the sled properly, but I'm telling you right now that it was horrible. Anyway, yeah. So I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they will. Um, will we see more big name CrossFit athletes coming over to High Rocks? And who could you see 100% coming over?
Um, I say yes. And I think Jason Hopper will be one to give it a try. He's already done a sim that, and we all know sim times, but like a 54-minute sim,
Yeah.
which to me could honestly on course put him anywhere from 57 to 67, depending on how his sim was set up.
Mhm.
But he's a great athlete, and I think he'll give it a shot. And along with him, because he's doing it, Dahl and Pepper will likely be the same because they do everything together.
Yeah.
I think Ricky Garrard will give it another shot.
Yeah.
Just such a good runner. The one that I do not think will do it, unfortunately, because I'd love to see him do it, is Adler. I mean, I would love to
You don't
see
think he
Adler
will?
put I don't think he will. I just think he's too focused on where he is, and I don't think he's the kind of guy to dabble,
Mhm.
you know? So I hope I'm wrong, because like I said, I'd love to see him do it. I think he'd be the best one of the group at it.
I find
But
it so funny to say, like, dabble in another sport because what if this was just listed as a CrossFit workout?
yeah, yeah,
Like
you're
Murph,
you're right. You're right. Yeah. It is so similar. And when CrossFit they claim it's pretty much inclusive of everything.
right?
That yeah. I mean, even you see CrossFitters say, "Oh, High Rocks is just a CrossFit workout." Well, great. Let's see. So
And
anyway,
then CrossFitters come and do it. Or
yeah,
like they've done mountain bike races.
yeah. Swimming, paddleboard. I'm still waiting for the ice
Right.
skating one for Carolyn.
Ice
Speed
skating.
skating
Yeah.
with it. Yeah.
Speed skating. Oh
Hmm.
my gosh, please.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we'll have more, but I do not think we'll get the one that I want to see the most do it.
Yeah. What about like an Emily Rolfe?
Oh, yeah, she'd be another great one too.
Yeah.
I
Or
talked to
like oh my God, I just blanked on her name. The one that was in the elite, the Elite 12 come back.
Oh, Sam Briggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam Briggs. I mean, she didn't even know what she was getting into, and she did great. She did the wall balls unbroken and stuff like that. Um, I think Sam has just gotten to the point now. She's a little older and she's moved on. I think she could come out and win an age group for sure, or
Yeah.
fight for an age group.
Yeah.
Actually, at her age, no, I think she's going to win it. Yeah, she could win it. Emily Rolfe. So
Yeah, I think she could come out in the winner age. Mhm.
I talked to, I think it was Caroline. I think I talked to Caroline, but it might have been Caroline or Lexi. It was somebody in the CrossFit world and asked who they thought would be the best. And I mentioned Emily Rolfe, and they still said that Christy O'Donnell was the
Oh,
best one to
O'Connell.
do it. Yeah, they said that they felt that she head to head would beat Emily Rolfe at a High Rocks. So, I mean, take that for what it's worth. And obviously, here we go. We probably should have put this. Tia will do a solo this year.
Will she?
Yeah, pretty much. I still say no, not yet.
I
I
mean, I
think
hope so.
I think until she's sure she can like hit that, get in the Elite 15, maybe yeah, who knows? Maybe she goes to Berlin or something and cracks out an unbelievable time. But I think she will be so deliberate in the courses she picks to make sure that she gets into that Elite 15.
Yeah.
I think because it's so important for their brand,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I could see her doing a solo this year.
Yeah,
I hope she does. I hope she does.
yeah, yeah. Me too. I mean, she's amazing, but
Mhm.
I think it's just there's just so orientated to the business. It'll be so deliberate. So if the situation is right for her, she will. If it's not, she will wait and just maybe still try to get that podium for the doubles first.
Mhm. Yeah. I'm only asking this question to make you uncomfortable.
Awesome.
So, next question.
Not easy to
So they
do.
just announced with what's that? No.
That's not
So they
easy to
just
do.
announced that yes, it is. I know how
Okay.
to make you uncomfortable. So at the World Championships for track and field in Tokyo coming up in September, they've just announced that they're going to do genetic testing. So you have to have your genetic testing in within 2 weeks prior to the track and field World Championships. And it's a one time only for your lifetime genetic testing. How
Yeah,
far off do you think we are to having this in High Rocks?
way far off. Yeah, I think I think this is really interesting.
Mhm.
And I mean, I guess, yeah, theoretically, you'd only need your genetics tested once. You can't change them, right?
Well, exactly. It's just
Yeah.
they're just testing your chromosomes.
Chromosome.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, I think Hyrox is very far off from doing it. Um,
I do too. I appreciate that they're doing this. It's really pissed off a lot of people. Not sorry, it's pissed off some people in the track and field world, but I think so, and it's also coming on the heels of the Caster Semenya stuff coming back into light with her. She's kind of been in the court system for a while, battling the discrimination that happened to her
mhm.
since the 2016 games. So it's still been a long time coming, and probably wasn't dealt with properly at the time. So now this is how they're handling the situation, and it's probably what I would assume to be the best solution.
I
So
I
we have not.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I don't think we haven't dealt with this really in High Rocks, but um, I mean, it's good to see how other organizations are kind of dealing with it.
Yeah.
So, mm,
Yeah, I think so too. And I think that it's basically it's a way around language. Because if you're putting things in there as gender, and I mean, as we know, there's so many people
semantics.
identifying as so many genders and so many scales and so many spectrums and whatnot, that this just gets around the linguistics of it. And
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, we saw this with the enhanced games, right? Those were the first persons we saw do XX and XY, and I'm like, I think it's a good idea.
Right. So if this is coming on the coattails of how the enhanced games is dividing their athletes, then I see the benefit of something like the enhanced games because this is how they're dividing their athletes by chromosomes. So after the enhanced games announces that this is how they're doing it, now the track and field world championships is saying now we're going to do genetic testing and it's XY and it's XX.
I just say I am surprised that they jumped on
No
that.
questions asked.
Yeah. I'm surprised they jumped on that quickly. That
Mhm.
they, and I hate to say it, but it's like, why did nobody think of this sooner?
Right.
You know,
That's kind
like,
of how I'm feeling about it.
yeah, yeah. So it's
Like
very
this was an issue in 2016 and it yeah. Mhm.
anyway. Well, I say good for them, good for track and field, and I I'm trying to find the downside of where we're gonna. I'm sure that'll get heat, but I don't understand the heat. You
Yeah,
know,
I don't really understand it either, but I think some people feel like it's a bit of a
an attack.
uh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't see it that way, but I
Yeah.
see some will
Yeah.
some will say it, but I don't agree. I think
Mhm.
it's an attempt to make the sport as fair as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. And just kind of eliminate some like gray areas that can get really complicated and
Yeah,
personal for the wrong reasons. And yeah. Yeah.
that was a good one. I like
Will
it.
we see a big, yeah, it was just, I've been obviously right now is the Canadian track and field championship. So I've been following a lot of that. So that was kind of coming out during nationals this weekend. So, will we see another big title sponsor change? So right now we have Puma and Red Bull. Will another big title sponsor come on?
So I've heard that Nike is trying to get involved. Adidas jumped on with Ethics. And like I say, I hear Nike's trying to get involved. By the way, pushing Nike knee pads for lunges on high rocks. Great move, by the way. That's a go-to for me now. Um, yeah, not this year. Not this year. I think Puma is still just locked in. Red Bull's locked in. I mean, it's tough to get a much better sponsor than Red Bull.
Hmm.
And Puma is benefited so much from this partnership that I don't think they're going to let it go easy.
Hmm.
I think it would take a lot of money to make High Rocks cut ties with Puma because it's been so beneficial for
Yeah.
both.
Yeah. Will Nike release a High Rock shoe?
Can they?
Can they not? I don't know.
I don't know, but so if I'm Puma and I'm big name
They use the
sponsor,
logo.
yeah,
Maybe they can't use the logo.
can Puma kibosh that or okay, so what they can do is they can release a hybrid shoe. They can release a fitness racing shoe, right?
Right. Yes. Will Nike do
And
this?
then
I bet they will.
yeah, I bet they will. And I don't think only them. I think others will.
Yeah.
Like Asics, Saucony. I could see all of them jumping on board doing it. The
Yeah.
question is, what can you do logo wise? Like I have a pair of shoes that's high rocks, big down the side of them, big
Yeah.
Pumas.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nike will be able to do that because of the Puma partnership.
Yeah. But you're right. They could call a shoe the hybrid.
Oh, 100%. And it would sell like mad.
Yeah.
They could just rebrand. What is their super shoe? The Alpha
Well,
Fly.
there's alpha flies and vapor flies.
They could just rebrand that the hybrid fly and away it goes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Shut up and take my money.
Yeah. Only it'll be $100 more than all the other ones, and people will
Yeah.
still buy it.
And Adidas will do one that you can only use for one race. So
Right.
one
And then it
race
wears out.
and it's $600. It wears out. You got to get another one.
Yeah.
Greatest player. Oh, that's good. Yeah, 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 yeah. But no big change. No big change for sponsor this year.
Yeah. I have two more questions for you, very important questions.
All right. Fly.
Will we see a Canadian athlete in the Elite 15, men or women?
Ooh. I thought the other one was supposed to make me uncomfortable. This one makes me uncomfortable.
I know.
Oh man. No.
It's because you wanted to say no and it hurts your heart.
No, it's because I wanted to say yet no, yes, and I believe no.
Right, because it hurts
Yeah,
your heart.
it does. It really does. It really does. Um, I think, I mean, obviously, to this point, unless there's somebody who comes out of the woodwork, Maria is still our best shot. Um, uh,
Or, well, what about like Cole Earn?
so Cole Learn, I mean, he's a 50, he's running 57, but I think it's going to take like sub 56 to get into
Right.
the Elite 15. So that means two, he's got to put in either a 55, like he's either got to find a course where he can go 55 low,
Hmm.
or he's got to get a uh two courses where he can get 56s. I don't think
Will he go to Berlin?
I would.
I would
If
too.
I was him, I would. If I was both of them, I would.
Right.
Just because, I mean, Maria kind of, I think her average sits around that 102,
Yeah.
103, but her
Hmm.
last couple have actually not helped that.
Yeah.
What I do think, though, I do think we will see a couple of Canadians in the regional race.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll see a couple of Canadians in the
I
regional race.
think we're gonna see a couple women sub 65,
Yeah,
which used to get you into the Elite 15.
and now it's just a great time.
And I do right. Yeah. And I think we're gonna see a couple more males get sub 60. So I think we're gonna have some people that are breaking into that cusp.
Yeah,
But I again I hope that I'm proven wrong, but I don't think right now we're gonna have a Canadian in the Elite 15 this year.
yeah, yeah. And this might screw up my sushi dinner
I
with
think
Mike.
next year.
So
Oh.
I may not get sushi now.
Yeah,
All right. Sorry, Maria, prove me wrong.
we're really just playing.
Yeah, make
Please.
us
Yes.
look stupid.
Yeah.
You too, Cole. Make us look dumb.
Okay. And the most important question,
All right.
will we see a rule about mandatory matching outfits in doubles races?
Fuck yeah.
I think this is important.
I think there should be. You know what?
I do too.
The women have this already down pat.
Yes.
Women have
You don't even
been
have to tell
nailing
them to do it. They do it. They
it.
know.
Yeah, Riley and I are killing it. We've got the plaid shorts on the go, right? We're good.
Right. And you're stand out. It's obvious. It's very
That's right.
obvious.
That's
Yeah.
right. Even you and Jeff, you're in the fit farms. You're looking good,
Hmm.
right?
Well, I mean, black is pretty standard,
Hey, look, work with me here.
but yeah.
If there's not a rule, there bloody well should be.
I think so too. I actually very, very real talk here. I think it should be because I think when you're racing in doubles, especially in the run portion, it's really good to see if you're close enough to your partner.
Yeah, and that should be something that
And when
should be,
you're in obvious matching outfits,
yeah.
yeah, people can see if you're not.
And that's something that actually should be as far as a rule book, and I'm going to throw this out for both DECA and for High Rocks, that needs to be cleaned up as how is legit as it's written in the rule book as
Yeah,
to the distance from your partner, as to when and where. I don't care how they make it, but they just need to make it so that it is specific, so that we all know the rule and we can all follow it, and then we can enforce when people are not doing it properly.
yeah,
Right. And that's something that I think both DECA and High Rocks need to clean up.
yeah,
You know what? I'm gonna make messages. I'm gonna get cleaned up for DECA tonight.
yeah. Well, and again, I think with Deca, because the run is so much shorter and you can kind of see the whole thing,
Yeah.
it's way easier to enforce. But with High Rocks, because the run is so much longer and you're behind grandstands and stuff, it's harder to enforce. But I saw so much at Worlds where a partner was way ahead and then they would virtually stop at the
Yeah.
entrance where their time would count and then just stand there and wait for their partner. And it just the rule is 5 meters as far as I understand in High Rocks. So again, my question about the uniforms is really about that you can visually see that you're always in close contact with your partner. Um, but I still think we should have matching outfits.
I think it's better for the sport. I mean, especially when we're talking the Elite 15 doubles, which is hopefully going to be streamed this year. I
Mhm.
mean, I want to see the teams. I want to know like it's way more exciting and a way better visual if the teams have matching. I don't even care. You don't even have to be creative. Just look the same.
Right. I
You
agree.
should be creative, otherwise you're boring as shit.
Right. I mean, there was still Elite 15 doubles that didn't have matching outfits. Like, guys, come on.
And it's the guys. The women looked great.
It is the guys. Yeah.
We are lazy. And this is part of the problem is nobody wears a damn shirt.
Right. I mean, just put on black shorts, they'll match.
You got to get matching tattoos.
Right. Exactly. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. With what? Oh, thongs. Yeah, there are a couple of guys were doing matching thongs. There you go.
Okay,
Those
please
guys
don't
had
do
it down.
that.
The chafing would be rough, though. I don't think I'd want to be part of that.
Please don't do that. Otherwise, we're gonna have to talk about rules about mandatory minimum amounts of clothing.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. There are children there. There are children.
Matching manscaping. Like Heidi, he had his little shaved tattoos. If his partner got the same deal, that would be fantastic. All right, Rye actually just mentioned this one, and we hadn't talked about it. What do you think about the penalty box? Have you heard this?
Yeah, so you got to wait in the penalty box.
When you're done your wall balls,
Yeah, till your time penalties are up and then you cross the finish line.
supposedly just for the Elite 15 though, because I mean they're not gonna make this work for everybody.
No. Um, yeah, I think it's kind of weird optically. Um, Kind of feels a bit game showy
So we're on
where
par. We're good.
what?
So we're on par with our game show here. It works.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't love the look of it from a race perspective.
So what I'm hearing them say is they're like, oh, it'll be dramatic because let's just say you and I are going and you finish your wall balls, but you have 60 seconds in penalties, and I'm behind you doing my wall balls, and there's the countdown on the screen, and I'm like, no, no, it's not. It's lame.
I
It's
don't
not
like it.
dramatic. It's lame. If you
Yeah.
want penalties, time penalties, which I'm fine with, if you get a penalty for dropping the sandbag, it's right then and there.
Yeah. I really like the race to the finish line. I don't like someone sitting there in a penalty box waiting. I think that's kind of weird. But
So what do you say? And I know what I say, but what do you say to the people who say, well, if you do it right at the moment of the penalty, that's just a rest for them?
I still think it's better though than tacking it on to the end because I think then the rest of the race is still a race.
I
So then you
think,
know where you stand.
hold on, my wife is dying to say something.
We do the penalty box, but we do it for roughhouse.
Penalty box for rough housing.
Don't encourage them.
Punches thrown, 5 for fighting.
Oh God.
Tight. Anyway, I think if it was such an advantage to rest, everybody would be doing it.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell me that it's an advantage for Rich Ryan to get a 30-second penalty and then stand there at the end of the sled push, because if that was an advantage, he's already going to be doing it,
Yeah.
right? And if you think, well, the time's not enough, it's too much work, then make the times longer.
Yeah.
It's a very easy problem to solve, and
Hmm.
it makes it a better. I'm okay with time penalties. I don't like the waiting at the end, and I think this will be a one and done for this year.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
So, all right.
Mhm.
Anything else?
No, you got them all.
All right. That was fun. I like that. That was a little bit different. And it
Yeah.
makes up for us going to be late this week. So,
Yeah.
Beth, take us home. Oh, wait, wait,
Thanks.
wait. One
But
more. Good luck, Carolyn. Kill it at the games this weekend.
yes, we are watching our Canadian girl, Carolyn Prevost.
We we,
Um,
we said we weren't going to watch, but Carolyn's there, so we're watching. So screw you.
I'm watching mildly, yeah. But I mean, but we are. But thanks so much everyone for listening to Dave and I on a Friday night on a long weekend, just kind of shooting the shit here about High Rocks. But thanks so much everyone for all your support and have a great weekend.
Take care.